We're all taking bets on how fast we'll be going with the engine at neutral and just the sails. Theo said
2.5.
Sam said
I like 3.
check that line!
Both survived.
So Sam is fixing the alternator, Theo is drilling holes for the handrail, and I am holding cups.
When I pointed it? Yeah. It was. I put it on your bag. Oh, you rubbed it off.
Rubbed what off?
My little pea, my Sharpie.
Well, I took it off with acetone.
Slowly work it down. You can probably see it squirting out some more from the top.
It is the day before we depart on this trip. We decided to move up the timeline quite a bit for leaving South Haven because of thunderstorms that are expected to roll through Friday night. I just have the whole car packed with a bunch of the sailboat stuff. It's actually not even all the things that need to go on a boat. Theo, tell people what you're doing. Well, I'll tell him because he's concentrating. Theo is tying a halyard now. We had these splices, like these really nice splices that were in all the halyards when I got the boat. But the line actually started to neck a little bit where the coring, the filling of the line disappeared. We cut that, and now Theo's tying up what's called a halyard knot, which is supposed to be, well, it's for a halyard, so it should work. We also just finished putting in the teak rail on the starboard side here. Looks pretty good, pretty happy with it. And so now we just have a few other things. Theo and I are gonna go pay a visit to the racing skipper who we race for. He's gonna lend us some jack lines, and jack lines are run from forward to aft. They're just some lines that you can attach a tether to so you don't fall overboard, but it still allows you to move up and down the deck. So we're really getting ready to go here. We just need to move the anchor back, get the cabin all straightened out, do a couple things to the engine, and then all fingers crossed, we'll be out of here tomorrow evening. So we've got just about 10 more minutes before the bridge here, and Theo's doing one last thing with the jack lines. Actually, we're gonna have to do that underway.
I said that's okay.
Yeah, okay. Sam's running on the boat after hosing himself off with the hose.
Dock shower.
He's still doing it. Yeah, we got 5 or so minutes till the bridge. There's a bridge in South Haven, and if you miss it, you have to wait a half hour. So we're gonna get this all done and get the boat out on the water. We're all taking bets on how fast we'll be going with the engine at neutral and just the sails. Theo said
2.5.
Sam said
I like 3.
I said 3.5. So we'll see who wins or is right. It's not much of a win. Okay, we're looking at 3.6 knots, and it's been bouncing. 3.6, yeah.
We're cruising. Turn it back now. Not fast enough.
With our brief interest in speed out of the way for the evening, our next task was how to start a fire on a boat. Is that what you do? Because that has alcohol in them, so you just light which ones you want.
This?
Yeah.
With this on it?
It's made for effect.
It's working alright, I guess. Good.
Not only did it work all right, but Theo, by far the best cook among us, and then some, had mastered the stove in minutes, cooking up dinner and making us ready for whatever the evening had to offer. Remember what he said, if you think you should reef, or if you think about reefing, then you should probably reef? Is that what Ross said?
Either Ross or just general sailing.
The rule of thumb I always go at is around 12 knots. You want to reef. 12 knots of wind.
We're hauling ass. We got some rain off the port.
I know, that's what it looks like. I don't see any bolts. It does look like rain.
Alrighty. What? I got a month sitting on. Yeah. Oh, and Adam's standing on the last one.
No, there's another one in there.
Yeah, there's one more in there, but I don't want it to stick either. Is that one of them that he brought? Or just I don't know. I can see how it can get pretty chilly at night. I'm glad I brought some extra warm clothes. Yeah.
Well, Sam was saying that tomorrow it's going to get down to like 55.
Good,
Not tomorrow, but weekend.
Around 10:30 that night, we found ourselves just off the Saugatuck pierhead, which meant it was time to take down the sails in preparation for entering Saugatuck's narrow channel. Let's get a number on that. Is that 5?
Yep.
Okay. So this will be 6 up here, this red. Sam, have we passed the red mark? Nope. All right, let's look for that next green one. Okay.
It's interesting to know. Looks like by evening, maybe late, you're going to quite possibly be weathering for the weekend. I am seeing the wind shift to north-northwest, 15 knots up north, building to Sunday and moving to north. Big slowdown with 4-foot waves or more on the bow. Big winds too. This is based on the Manistee forecast.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to unplug this.
We're going to lose mine.
Is it wired or wireless?
Not a bad way to wake up, though, huh?
Yeah.
Start cooking until we get our heading set.
Okay, yeah, good idea. Otherwise, you're going to be moving around like crazy.
Yeah. And might need help throwing up the sails if it's coming out of the south. We could definitely use the extra power.
Yeah. Thinking. Man, nothing re-energizes you like seeing the water in the morning.
I'm glad we woke up at 6.
Yeah. Did you sleep?
Pretty well, actually.
Really?
I'm feeling good. What you?
I didn't really sleep. But feeling good, so
I'd say.
I'm going to run on it as long as possible.
I'd say as soon as this coffee wears off, go ahead and take a nap.
Yeah.
And let me and Sam go from there, depending on wherever we're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might need a nap in the afternoon, but I think I'm feeling
Yeah, I just need to get something in my stomach.
I agree.
Because I was like super hungry at 2 a.m. and then 4 a.m. and then 6 a.m.
Update. It's the morning, it's around 7, and it was nice enough, and so we could make our way out of Saugatuck, and Holland is only about an hour or so away from Saugatuck in Michigan, and we figured we could definitely make it up there. Theo is making breakfast. Sam just helped get out the Genoa, so we're full flying with both sails. We're moving with the motor about 5.7 knots. And our plan is to get up to Holland, and there's about a 60% chance of thunderstorms around 10 and 11 a.m. So we'll hunker down in an anchorage in Holland for 2 hours just to put off the greatest potential for T-storms. And then after that, it looks like we have a little bit of a weather window, and there's another anchorage about 15 or so miles north called Port Sheldon. So we'll try and make that, and if it looks like we're going to make that in good time, we'll actually try and make Grand Haven, which would be our ultimate goal for the day. If we could do that, that'd be awesome. Then after that, the chances of thunderstorms go up, so we'll stay there and resume progress on Saturday. Sam, you have anything to add? Nope. We're sailing so far. Yeah. First shower actually on Moon Dancer. The other guys went ahead and showered this morning pretty early, and I decided to try it out. It's my boat, never done it before, and it's amazing how much it's just like so nice to get in a freshwater shower with hot water. And you know, even like it's funny how like out here, you know, if you were to take a shower in a small closet in a house, that's what it's like. But you know, out here it's just, it's so nice. I mean, it feels so clean. You know, we're sailing, we're moving, we're making progress out on Lake Michigan. It's awesome. Update. We are headed to Grand Haven. Weather looks pretty clear. There's a 40% chance of a thunderstorm around 11 a.m., but where we're at looks pretty good. We don't see any lightning in the distance. And we're just coming up on Port Sheldon right now. You know, this is the furthest north I've ever been in this boat. And further north we went, past Port Sheldon in record timing, quickly up the coast. And as the weather kept looking good, we went past Grand Haven too, and when we got there, we decided it was time for some lunch. just passed through this area on Lake Michigan where, you know, we're about, I'd say 5 miles around there offshore right now, and there were just these like little wooden posts sticking up in the water with little orange plastic flags on them. And Sam was keeping watch, and he realized that there was something about, you know, not more than 20 yards off our starboard, and we dodged around it. But they were really weird because they didn't look like they were any kind of government buoy or marker. And then we remembered that before we did this trip, we talked to someone who's done a lot of sailing in the area, Ross, if you're watching this. Hey, he said that there's this area where there's these Native American like fishing zones, and that they're marked off with something. And I mean, that's what they looked like. They looked like some kind of fishing marker because they were more or less makeshift. But it's something to definitely watch out for if you're traveling through this area, because chances are that they might have nets down, and if you're, you know, moving and you have a sail or you have a motor and a keel and a rudder, those are things that can get caught in a fishing net. So it looks like we're pretty well clear of that area now. It's just behind us. We're going to mark it on the GPS for the return trip, but just one of those interesting things on this adventure. But update, now we're headed to Whitehall. The weather has really turned out to be okay, and we've gotten a weather window which is perfect for us, so we're on our way to Whitehall. As we approached Whitehall, we became increasingly aware of imminent thunderstorms, with the forecast jumping up from 70% to 80% to 90% and then 100% chance of thunderstorms. We weren't too worried at the time, as it looked like they might just miss us, but we decided to take the sails down anyway, just in case, before entering the Whitehall Channel and White Lake.
You want this set up for our starboard? Because we're used to it?
Sure.
You want to hand me the bumpers?
Oh, we've got enough fenders so we can do both sides.
You can move pretty quick too. If we were desperate, we probably could have weathered that little bit right there. But I'm glad we didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you do have to press the recording button.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do it one more time.
Oh my god. And are we a reality TV show now?
Yeah.
Yeah, one more take.
Are we starting a YouTube? I don't know if we're charismatic enough.
Oh fuck! Oh,
Holy shit.
that was real. That was real.
It was not edited in.
That was not edited. We just barely made it in. Like, look how dark it's getting. Man, we were out there like less than 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I mean, like really, if we would have left 15 minutes later, we would just be getting to Whitehall.
You know, I was actually thinking about snoozing my alarm.
Oh yeah, I'm really glad you did.
I wanted to.
I mean, yeah. It was early. But I don't know, it's kind of nice. It's been a while since I've, like, woken up to the actual sunrise.
We believe that is our destination.
We got
I hope so.
I guess ready.
It's really getting dark. You guys get what he said?
Yeah, he said.
On the inside here?
Yeah, you want to turn around so that your bow is pointing that way on this dock on the inside.
So what I'm going to need you guys to do is I'm going to get as close as I can, and then you're going to help just get the boat situated that way, all right? This boat does not back up well. And then, just as we had landed at the dock, the squall hit.
Oh my god!
Check that line! Yeah, we would not have wanted to keep going.
That would have been scary!
Yeah.
Oh my god. By the skin of our teeth, literally.
Want to give me shore power?
a little bit here, bud.
Let's wait a second.
Oh yeah, now I can take a hot shower.
Yeah, Theo, explain what's going on.
Literally 5 minutes after what you just saw. There it is. Now it's